Right now, I would say Debbie's life is a big mess. Debbie has a problem stealing. Debbie took a whole bottle of pills from her dad after he had had a stroke. One of the worst things is when she tried to steal my identity. Debbie opened up a credit card in my account, taking my Social Security number out of my home. When I confronted her, she said, no, I would not do that. Deb lied a lot of times just to get money from me. She has asked me to pay a lawyer to do things with her car. She was using that for drugs. I think Debbie gets away with the things that she gets away with because she's very good at it. She's a very good manipulator and very smart. 2.5 years ago, Deb called and said, Mom, I don't want to die. I need some help. I sent Debbie to rehab, and it was $5,000 for 30 days. When she got home from rehab, she told me that she had gotten a job at the medical clinic. I said, Deb, that's not a very good job for you. That's like an alcoholic that's got a real bad problem going to work in a bar. Debbie got back on drugs. I felt like I need to wash my hands of her if she doesn't get some help. I feel I've been enabling her too many years. I am very worried about Deb staying alive.
Well, Marita is joining us on the phone right now from Washington State. Marita, thanks for being willing to do this and to talk about this a little bit.
Well, thank you, Dr. Phil, for having the family on your show.
Well, it is about the family. At this point, do you recognize that if, in fact, you do take her calls, you do give her money supposedly for cars, this or that you're not helping her?
I do recognize that. I've been enabling her way too many years.
And I understand, Marita, I understand that you love your daughter. I understand that maternal bond. But you do recognize that if you continue to do that, as you have in the past, that you're part of the problem, not part of the solution.
I do recognize that.
And, you know, I'm saying the same thing to Kyle here, because look, there comes a point where you got to recognize that what you're doing is not helping her.
It's part of the problem.
Okay, so why are you doing it? You're smart enough to know it isn't helping her. Isn't it true that you're doing it just to get yourself out of the moment? Here, take the $20. You just throw it at her so you can stop the onslaught, so you can get out of the pressure cooker, so you can get away.
That is true. I mean, it does come to a point where I really want to say that just, no, I'm done, and just never talk to her again. But I just seem to always fall back in the slot of here, you know.
No, I understand that because she uses it. She's your mother, and
yes.
She knows that she has this bond with you, and so she uses that. She exploits that. Marita, she exploits it with you. Kyle, she exploits it with you because she knows you will feel guilty. How would you feel if your mother was sleeping under a bridge? How would you feel if your mother was prostituting herself out on the street? Or she was stealing something, and so she's out there in harm's way. You think, oh my God, I abandoned my own mother, right?
Yes.
And that's a big burden for a young man.
Yeah.
It's a big burden for her mother. And you know that, don't you? That's why you exploit them. You said, I'm done. I ain't talking to you. You're not going to get to me because I'm not going to listen to you.
Right.
And that came at a high cost to you, though, didn't it? Because your mother is out of your life. You're going to spend your time, your effort, your energy on those that are healthy and deserve it and have a future.
Right. I knew she wasn't ready.
Instead of being bled sick by her. Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.